tennis watches like a one-on-one. All my niggas millionaires, it ain't just once. Now a few chains on, I don't have a one.
It's fucking snowing now. Now it's time for me to go to Candyland. The snow has begun to fall. How's everyone this afternoon? I come upon the airways to spread a little cheer. Yeah. Today's thought, it seems as if I just drag this out ad nauseum. Ad nauseum, I talk about it till folks probably get about sick of it. But why is it that whenever there's an assertive, strong, intellectual, effective black male voice become popularized, it all of a sudden becomes scrutiny by not only what you would expect the usual suspects to be, those who are by inherently, I don't know if it's inherently or whether it just be their cup of tea, they're automatically against any type of effectiveness, academic effectiveness, social effectiveness, political effectiveness, economic effectiveness, in a black male anyway. But you also have other black males and black females and in the group along with the usual suspects that seem to cheerlead the fact that whenever a black male chooses to stand on their opinion about a topic or subject or a belief system they may have, it's not okay to, it doesn't seem to be okay to let that person live and let live. That person has to be destroyed, or discredited, or rendered crazy, or even in the situation that that provoked this post today here, even facing losing their life. I was entertained. Well, entertained may not be the right word. An interesting philosophical question was posed towards me, and it was that if you knew that a popular black figure or a popular figure, just someone that was effective, if you knew that they were going to be killed, and you knew that all you had to do was make even just the most minimal, it's kind of chilly out here, the most minimal of things, most minimal of efforts in order to assist that person. It's kind of bad out here too. The most minimal of efforts in order to assist that person, or you ain't really necessarily got to assist them. You just got to not go a counter against them, without necessarily knowing the whole situation. Sometimes we fall victim of letting outside influences tell us what our thoughts are supposed to be, and I think that's what happened with this past election. And I drawn on about the election, but you can't. A certain collective of black females. I've been saying black males, so don't throw stones at the misogynoir. A certain collective of black females, they were all on camera. How you hating on a sister? Y'all, these black males, they so successful. They envy a successful black sister. Y'all can't even find this woman now. And her popularity is below Dick Cheney's. Did you know that the pearls in the chucks tell you that her popularity is below Dick Cheney, like the most unpopular vice president in history? Blue, no matter who, you're still black. If you don't vote for me, then you don't know you're black. fucking seats is fucking hell, man. But let me stick to my point. Now, I've been posting this. Matter of fact, ironically, and I hate it for it to be this, ironically, one of my most popular videos on YouTube is where I made a call to Fort Worth on behalf of Charleston White, because Charleston White has came on for over a week talking about how he feels that his life is being threatened, and that he has credible evidence that these threats are being made, and he has a probable, a pretty cogent motive of why these threats are being made toward him. So, a lot of us, we watch it. He gets millions and millions of views. We can kiki and laugh with the man, and let him talk about this person, talk about that person. But the man said, "Don't let him kill me." He came on and he said into the I don't want to die. And I mean, of course, he says some things that a person who don't feel that they deserve to be killed or believe that they have a reason to even be threatened to be killed. He says some things, well, shoot, don't let me die in vain. If I die, then make it worth it. Make my life, make it seem like my life was worth it. Being lost was worth it. And that's fair. That's not, that. Now, how an individual chooses to respond to his call, but we don't even want to go that far. We don't want the man to die. So when people give you that rebuttal, well, he said this, he said kill innocent people, blah, blah, blah. Man, the man is under threat of death from the police. And it's his local police. But the same people, these same folks that, say he's a snitch, he's snitching on gangs and things like that, they don't have nothing to say about it. He's supposed to be a snitch on gangs, but now the police trying to kill him. Y'all don't even want to, come on and stick your chest out on that, but y'all so fucking tough and run the hoods and all this shit, man. That's why that shit needs to go, man, because y'all lead the youth in the wrong direction with that shit. But then, once again, that's not the point I'm making. Then you have Kanye West. Now, all during 2020 and even before, they were questioning the man's sanity and, talking about how he sided with Trump and, this, that, and the third. Now, all along, as you listen to this recent interview, he's laid down things of how to build communities, how to build industries within those communities, how to wield your political power. He pretty much broke down the things. This ain't a lot of this. It wasn't so much shocking the things that he said. It was the fact that he said them, because a lot of the shit he said was stuff that we were saying. And I guess when y'all was calling him a sellout, y'all pretty much was calling me a sellout, because it wasn't so much about whether you was in a cult of personality. You don't fall in love with personalities. These politicians are your servants. You pay tax. This is what you pay your tax money for. I don't want to have to like you. I want you to do what the fuck I want you to do for me politically. In order to best serve my community economically, socially, and judicially. Academically, in all areas of activity, of people activity. But I don't know, man. And you have, and even those people that they're not necessarily bothering you. And I guess this goes both ways. Like they say, for example, Lil Boosie had his own opinion, and all of a sudden he becomes the universal target, the proxy for all black for so-called black male homophobia. Now, I've always, from the very beginning, I've discarded the word homophobia, and that's not to say I co-sign mistreatment of anyone. Homo means living life or whatever, and phobia means fear. Why would someone be fearful of living? And that's that's the way my mind breaks down words. And it threw me. It just threw me. That's what I'm saying with that. But he's being used as the proxy of homophobia in America, like he's calling upon harm to befall all gay males just because he don't want Lil Nas X dancing in front of kids and kissing boys in the mouth. And even though that's not Mr. Boosie's how Lil Nas X practices his sexual activity, whatever, it's not his business, but still there's still some tact. This is the same artist that was walking around Sesame Street, arm over elbow, and reading stories with the kid, answering questions with the little kids and stuff like that. So it's like when you go from that into this exotic hell dancer in less than a month. But again, I'm going off into the topic. But what the point is that the little Boosie, he expressed himself on that. And all of a sudden he becomes a villain in his own right, and anyone who says anything positive in regards to Lil Boosie, then all of a sudden they're by proxy included in the most villainous things that an individual might think about, that they think about Lil Boosie, and that's automatically smeared onto the person that tries to give Lil Boosie the benefit of the doubt. Now, to Kyrie Irving, I haven't even heard much about whether or not he's decided to whether he ended up taking the shot or not. And that, and I mean, if it was against his will, then I'm forlorn, because that's not what was promised. That's not what Blue No Matter Who promised us when they came in office. They said they weren't in support of mandates. Even Dr. Fauci said he wasn't in support of mandates. And it wasn't like we did not call this. And it was just not like we did not call that they were going to press a certain scrutiny on the blacks, the people of color, the Negroes, the African Americans, the nigger folk.